Hello and welcome to Thrive Within. I am your host, Mark Bucksat, the life coach, educator, and someone who's passionate about helping you live your life more fully, honestly, and aligned with who you really are. This podcast is your space for real talk and focused coaching on things like confidence, purpose, boundaries, self-doubt, and personal growth. So whether you're on a walk, taking a break, or just giving your brain a moment to breathe, I am so glad you're here. Let's get into it. Today we're talking about something we all experience, but rarely feel prepared for: uncertainty. Whether it's a big life decision, a transition, or just the day-to-day unpredictability of being human, uncertainty can feel heavy. It can stir up fear, doubt, overthinking. But what if uncertainty wasn't something to fix, but something to navigate? Let's talk about how to move through the unknown with more self-trust. Why does uncertainty feel so unsettling? Well, our brains crave control. They want clarity, they want closure, a plan. So when life hands us a blanket, a what if, or not yet, a question mark, we panic. But here's the truth. Uncertainty isn't the problem, it's a place. And how we show up to that place determines whether we grow or just grip tighter. One of the biggest myths we've been sold is that certainty equals safety. But how many times have you followed a sure thing that just didn't work out? Or avoided a risk that you could have led to something beautiful? Certainty isn't always clarity, and uncertainty isn't always danger. Sometimes it's the start of something meaningful. Here is the mindset shift for today. You don't need to control everything to feel grounded. You can trust yourself to respond to whatever comes. That's what self-trust is. It's the inner knowing that says, I've got me. Not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to listen, adapt, and stay aligned. Let me share a moment with you in my life when everything just felt uncertain. There was a time when I walked away from something stable because it no longer felt aligned. No next plan, no guarantee, just a gut feeling, and a lot of fear. The next few weeks, they were rough. Doubt showed up daily, but so did something else. Small signs of clarity, a deeper sense of self, space to actually feel again. And that leap, that taught me something. It taught me that the unknown is uncomfortable, but it's also fertile. So let's slow things down. Take a breath with me. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now ask yourself, where am I feeling uncertainty right now? What am I trying to force or rush? And what would it look like to trust myself here? You don't need to know everything. You just need to stay connected. As you go about your day, reflect on these. Where have I handled uncertainty before? What qualities helped me get through it? And who am I becoming in this in-between space? Uncertainty isn't a detour, it's a part of life. So, let's build a self-trust toolkit. A toolkit for navigating the unknown. First of all, anchor in your values, even when the outcome is unclear. And create micro rituals, morning breathing, evening check-ins. Now speak to yourself with compassion, because uncertainty is hard, so be kind. These are not just practices, they're trust builders. Here's something to try. Write a one-line mantra that grounds you in the unknown. Something like, I trust myself to navigate this. Or clarity comes with time. Or I don't need all the answers today. And whenever fear arises, repeat it. Let it anchor you. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Thrive Within. If you're facing uncertainty right now, know this. you're not failing, you're evolving. And your inner wisdom, it's still with you, even here. Thank you for joining me today on episode 7 of Thrive Within. If you're facing uncertainty right now, know this, you're not failing, you're evolving. And your inner wisdom, it's still with you, even here. If this episode gave you something to hold on to, I'd be grateful if you share it, review the show, or explore more resources at guidedpathcoaching.crd.co. Until next time, trust the process and trust yourself.